Well, here we are again, and I'm getting ready to do another big build. I've got a 18 by 18 by 18 that I'm going to put some Italian wall lizards in. Now these guys are from Sicily, which is an island off of Italy. Now these lizards are found all over the place over there. Now if anybody's ever been to Florida, or actually probably quite a few other places where there's just anoles or small house geckos or something like that everywhere, where they just skitter about over houses and trees and stuff like that. That's what these guys kind of do over in Sicily. So I'm going to try to recreate that with this enclosure. I'm going to try to build it somewhat like the side of a brick building is what I'm envisioning. Got some of these brick flats that I'm going to adhere to the back of the enclosure. Then using the Exo-Terra Stone Desert, I'm going to fill it in like grout just to create some contrast between the brick flats. I kind of want it to be like brick on basically the back all the way up, and then the sides I want it to come forward and kind of step. Then from there I will pile up some wood and some live plants, stuff like that, to kind of try to just create that naturalistic look of where they reside. I'm gonna use a little bit of aquarium silicone to hold these to the background. Since I'm not using any spray foam or anything like that, I'm going to use this to get them to stick so I don't have to worry about them falling off. Then we'll use the Stone Desert after that. But first I'm going to lay these out because I am going to have to break some of these or cut them. Alright, so this is kind of awkward. I didn't want to move the camera. I took these outside, used a hammer and a crowbar, gave them a little smack, and for the most part I was able to get some clean or semi-clean breaks. At least clean enough that when I put the Stone Desert in for the grout, it should look pretty good. So there's the basic layout. Now I'm going to start gluing them in. This will probably be a couple-day process as I wait for this stuff to dry and actually hold. A little bit of glue on there, or silicone. Now the back is in, now we wait. Got all that done. Now we'll wait for it to dry, and then we'll clean it up, get some vinyl put on the back and on the sides, some black, matte black vinyl, and then we can start the final stages of the build. So here's what we ended up with. So we're back. Kind of realized after creating this video and working on this enclosure that I never really filmed anything to close it out. So here we are. This is the finished Wall Lizard enclosure. So I just kind of go over what else I put into it and kind of show the lizards within it. So probably some B-roll over top of me yakety yakking. But did what I typically do, which is used a Zoom Ed UVB LED combo light. So it's got a 12-inch T5. I did do a 10.0 with these guys, I believe it's a 10.0. And I also have a halogen heat lamp in the back. These guys do need a fairly hot basking temp. I believe I'm between 100 and 105. I do, as with most of my enclosures, wherever the basking spot is, I typically angle it a little bit. That way I can fine tune it, because really you kind of, with some of the halogens, you go from 25 watt and then the next step is 50. So that's a huge jump when it comes to temperature wise. So being able to use a lower wattage bulb and then just sliding the basking light, one way or the other to either increase or decrease the distance at the basking spot. So just a little trick that I do. Let's check these guys out and go over the enclosure real quick. As with any enclosure, it's not complete without pothos. So we did end up putting pothos. We used some of the extra bricks that I had purchased and just kind of laid them along the bottom and left some spots open, much like the side of a brick building. But this is what we came up with. You can see them back there in the basking spot. Can't really get in there with the mic on there. They are very, very quick. Actually pretty bold. And it seems like somebody else that's right next door is wanting some attention. So there's Isolde. She doesn't like being ignored. She doesn't like the attention these guys are getting right now. So, but there's the basic enclosure. I did put black vinyl on the sides and on the back, just to kind of clean it up. Looks a lot better that way. These guys do like it a little bit drier, but I do mist them at night a little bit, and I also keep the soil underneath the leaves just damp. That's what we ended up with. They seem pretty happy as far as I'm aware. Now it is a male-female pair, so we'll see if anything happens in the future. I'm not holding my breath. I'm happy with how it turned out, and they're pretty bold behavior, especially her. She's very outgoing. She will let me know when she's hungry, and they are quite ravenous when you do feed them. So fun lizards, kind of rare in the hobby, but something neat. And that's the enclosure build. I'll do an update in the future. If you like what you see, be sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next week.